Hey, what's up?
man?
Hey, nice to meet you guys. I'm
Nice to meet.
Griffin.
I'm John. This is Jason.
Pleasures are, sir.
We're uh
What's up?
we're in mourning as you are, I'm sure. For the
Who died?
well, I thought you were there. Actually, I thought you did the eulogy at
One of the
the
eulogies.
yeah, one of the eulogies at the great Lindsey
Did
Graham's
you say
funeral.
eulogy?
Eulogies. That was a Freudian slip, but it doesn't mean it didn't apply. No,
No one heard us.
yeah. So you're heartbroken, obviously. I mean,
The great Lindsey Graham.
yeah, Lindsey Graham. Yeah, sure. And
He's sashaying on in life.
yeah, sachet. I was hoping that they would give a separate funeral for the ladybugs,
No, that would have been something.
and maybe they get their own like burial in Arlington.
Where you can come and give him one last kiss.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing that regardless of whatever, politics, that's probably going to be the thing that sticks out the most about him.
His impact.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Warhawk stuff, yeah, for sure. That's probably in the current zeitgeist, that's going to be the thing. But like long lasting, people are going to be like, oh yeah, that ladybug story, man.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Think how many sex boys are out of a rent check now. I feel bad. DC's an expensive city. I don't know how they're going to pay their rents now. So
I know
that's going to take a hit in the housing market for sure.
they can move to New York,
Mhm.
right? I mean, they maybe not the rent boy job, but like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
It's a dark day for the nation.
why New York? Is Zoran subsidizing all manlets?
he is. I mean, it's decaying into the
Come on, party boys. Come back to where it started.
literally everybody I know in New York. It's become escape from New York now, and you can't leave the city. It's burning. I mean, it's horrible there. That's what
Dude, they got an infestation of day Draculas there.
Yeah, I heard that.
It's a real problem. No one's talking about it. So I hope Fox News picks it up soon.
Well, we had an interview with this Van Helsing guy. He's looking to clean up that city, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, but the mainstream media is scared of him, so we'll see. They're hiding him. Thanks for watching that.
Yeah, dude, your stuff is very funny, man.
You guys are great, man.
I
appreciate that.
First off, let's shout out Choom Room.
Yeah.
And not the Korean stuff, the actual funny stuff.
Yeah, there is like a Korean YouTube channel, isn't there? It's like dance or something.
They use the term choom in a completely different way.
Oh.
It's I think it means like horse riding.
Yes.
Like
so this is
equestrian.
That's Taekwondo. And there's a thing called Chichum Sagi, where it's like a horse riding stance. It is.
So my god.
Yeah, but that's how
I gotta learn that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought Lindsey Graham also went to the Choom Room.
Yeah, he did. That was
that may have been a different. Yeah. No,
it's so funny. Yeah, we use Choom like around my friends because originally we heard it from Barack Obama. Actually, like that's where we originally heard the word, and now it's like popping up in different contexts. Like I think they use it in cyberpunk. I think it means like in that one. I think it means friend or something like that. So yeah, it's
pejorative or not in cyberpunk, but it's definitely
it's like homie in cyberpunk. I think yeah.
Man, it's just that's where slang's gone at this point. We're just going straight into like Philip K. Dick cyberpunk.
I'm kind of okay with that. It's better than what we got right this second.
I guess, man, it's impossible to keep up with slang, so I just gave up a long time ago. Yeah.
Are you guys in Texas?
No, we're in North Carolina.
North Carolina, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like the low rent
Diet Coke of Texas.
Yeah, no, North Carolina's cool.
I like it.
There's some cool spots here. There's it's not South Carolina. We don't have a Lindsey Graham, but
gun to your head, you won the lottery. Would you stay here?
No, absolutely not.
Is that where Arlington is, or is that South Carolina?
That's in Virginia.
Yeah. Fuck. What am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of. Is there a town called Ash or something like
Asheville.
that? Asheville.
Yes.
So we're
That's the place, by the way.
yeah, it's like a really
We're
sort of
in Asheboro, which is the dynamic opposite of Asheville.
Okay.
Asheville's like a sort of a crunchy sort of hippie. I don't know.
It's a very erudite, very elite town, if you will.
To an extent,
okay.
yeah. And then, but like it got hit really hard by the hurricanes a couple of years ago, and
Gotcha.
yeah,
Mhm.
cleared it all out. And
Smited.
so there was like a lot of transplants that moved in that bought up the properties, and
Mhm.
as tends to happen, or people that I mean, it's sort of a trendy town anyway, so people from the outside tried to capitalize on that. And
Yeah, they've got 2 dog bakeries there.
they've got more than that. I always say the mayor of that town is a dog with a
Sweater.
yeah, no, with a bandana around his neck, or like in a yeah. But anyway,
Hey, dude, I have a dog. I put a
I know.
bandana sometimes.
But yeah, back to Choom Room. I really like comedy that does things where like Edgar Wright's a good one. Tim Robinson. They take these sort of ordinary, like mundane experiences and sort of build on that. And I see you guys do that as well, like something like a crosswalk or an Uber or whatever. And it becomes something completely different by the end.
Mhm.
Are those guys like a influence? You know, do they influence you, or who's sort of?
Shoot, let me think. I mean, I watch. I've seen and watch everything because I just love sketch comedy. So I watch SNL every week, even though
Mhm.
a lot of it's not that great. But usually, like per episode, there's at least one sketch that's like worth watching.
They've gotten a
And
lot better lately.
Yeah,
yeah, the current cast is good. I honestly just think like they need to switch up with like the leadership. Like I think Lauren is kind of like Joe Biden now, where it's like someone needs to escort him off the premises. Like I think it'd be sick if they got Tina Fey in there back again to like run the show. I think that would breathe some new air because I think the cast is good. Some of my influences, like, I grew up watching on YouTube, like Good Neighbor stuff. Like, I love those guys. Obviously, like, Whitest Kids You Know was a big influence. And then when I moved to LA and started doing like a monthly live sketch show, my director was actually Sam Brown from the Whitest Kids.
Oh, nice!
Wow, they're really cool.
So that was cool. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of everything. Tim Robinson is so funny and I love his sketches so much. But it's almost frustrating now because like anytime you do a sketch where someone freaks out, they're like, "Oh yeah, like Tim Robinson." And it's like,
Right.
well, people have been freaking out in sketches since the beginning of time.
True.
But yeah, so I like all that stuff. And it does seem like sketch comedy is having a big rebound on social media right now. Some people I like right now, like I think the guys over at Almost Friday do really good
Yeah,
sketches.
Sam Brown does a lot of stuff with them too, as well.
Yeah. Sam
cool.
just started over there with them. So yeah, I don't know. It's a stand up is has always been the most popular. And so when I tell people I do comedy, they're like, "Oh, like stand up," and then I'm like, "No, it's like sketch," and like they kind of like their eyes glaze over. They don't really understand, but I feel like sketch comedy sticks with you longer. Like people remember that Key and Peele sketch. Like, people remember those iconic things more than they remember like a funny joke in a stand-up set. So I think that while stand-up is like the most well known, I think sketch it stays longer with people. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, you can walk into a room and say, "I said, bitch."
Yeah.
No matter really who's in there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, so I think Key and Peele's probably honestly like the one I've studied the most is like my biggest influence probably.
I think it's so cool. Like you were talking about Whitest Kids You Know, Zach Krieger and also Jordan Peele, great comedy writers, but man, those guys can seamlessly weave that into horror so well. And I saw an interview with Jordan Peele on Conan O'Brien's show, like it might have been a year or two ago. He was talking about how the lines between comedy and horror are so thin that sometimes it's just the music that you play. And I was like, and so now I watch Key and Peele and I watch Wise Kids, and other like, good sketch comedy. And I'm like, it really is that way. Like you can just a small tick here and there, it's the same thing almost, which is
Yeah.
like, I guess, subversion. You know, it's just defying your expectation of what
Yeah,
the end is going to
tension,
be. Yeah.
release, and then surprise.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
David McBride said that.
Yeah,
surprise
he's
was
another
the
one. Yeah,
commonality
yeah,
in all of it. That they're going for a surprise regardless.
yeah. And those guys,
Rough House.
yeah, the Rough House guys, Jody Hill, Danny McBride, those guys they started like not too far from where we live now in the North Carolina School of the
Oh,
Arts.
cool.
And so, like, when Foot Fist Way came out, I remember hearing about that movie before it came out, and there was all this buzz about this movie, and I think we saw it like pretty early on, right? All of us did. And
we got a burn copy of it. So.
Yeah, and so to see where those guys, I mean, they literally started out, you know, David Gordon Green, Jody Hill,
and Jody Hill, yeah,
and Danny McBride started off, you know, basically just making things on their own, and it's pretty amazing to see where they've gotten.
I was going to ask, how did you guys sort of come together in the Choom Room?
Well, there's like a core group of people that are people I've done like live sketch comedy with. So I was doing like a monthly live sketch show in Los Angeles, like pre-pandemic. And then like that all fell apart because of the pandemic. And like when you're in your late 20s, it's like kind of the time where you're like, am I going to keep doing comedy, or am I going to like quit and like figure out like the next chapter of my life? And then the pandemic kind of like answered that for a lot of people in my group.
Yeah.
And like, I would say over half people like moved home or whatever. So like, these are some of the straggler people that are still around and still in LA and still want to make stuff. And so, yeah, it's for people that I met through just like the live sketch scene. And what I guess was frustrating for me is like some of my best sketches have been played to just an audience of like 50 people, and then it's gone, you know? So we're really trying now to just like really focus on videos as opposed to live stuff, because people will actually see it, and maybe it can actually do something for your fucking career as opposed to like a live sketch show. And functionally in Hollywood right now, I would say like everyone in Hollywood is like illiterate. They've lost the ability to read or write or do anything. So they'll just like look at your Instagram, and like that's how people get hired for TV shows now.
It's not just the big agents that have lost it, it's also their assistants have lost the ability to
everyone.
And I really honestly, like, you're talking about the pandemic, but the way people consume just entertainment media, etc., a lot of them, it's become sort of this illiteracy as well, where they do just look at like an Instagram clip, you know, clip, or you know, a 30-second clip on YouTube. And if you don't grab them, it's, you know, you're done.
Those first 5 seconds are really tough. Like that's
right.
It's really important to grab people. And sometimes I think that can be a little flattening and constraining on art. But then when I think about like a Tim and Eric sketch, that shit grabs you in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like that, you know, so I think it's a balance, but yeah, it's a struggle, because like there are sketches that I think are really good that I've made, but I didn't get people in like the first 5 seconds. So it's like a big challenge for sure.
I always think about like the kids in the hall, had they been faced with that now, you know, how would that have changed that show? Because like a guy crushing your head, you know, that takes a second to sort of sink in, but like you only have 5 seconds to really play that off. Or like,
the pacing of it.
Yeah. Or like the chicken lady or something like that. It would be difficult. But again, you know, I guess you just adjust. You have to adjust. And I know even before that though, we had a friend that has a TV show, and they'd worked on another show and they pitched it, and it was great, got a lot of good feedback, and then people started putting their hands in the pie, you know, and it became something different than what they envisioned. And eventually it just, I guess they refused to sort of compromise, and it never went anywhere further. And then finally they've got another show now, but like,
oh, good for them.
He was talking about the process, and it was like, dude, it was just brutal. He talked to us quite a bit about it. And,
Oh yeah.
And I can't imagine
that new show is not really doing that well.
No.
Tires, nobody's heard of it.
Yeah, Tires.
So
it's like the only TV show doing well right now.
I know, but I mean, really, the second season of that show, the subplot of that is actually
what they went
through. It was sort of, they used the analogy of the tire shop for their own getting there, but
you wouldn't know anything about having to deal with hard people. Especially with the breaking point stuff, where you are killing on screen and off, man. How in the heck did you end up getting involved with that, dude? Because that is crazy.
I have no.
I don't know,
censoring yourself.
I don't know what I'm doing.
How the heck?
You guys watch the show?
Yeah, sure. Every day.
Oh, cool. That's nice. I appreciate it.
You should check it out sometime. It's really good.
I should. I have no business being on the show at all. It's like very funny to me that I'm on the show. Comedy's always been my first love, like filmmaking, but I also have always been like a politics nerd on the side, and it was never something I set out to make a career out of or anything. But I watched the show. I watched the show since 2018 when it was rising on the hill before they went independent and became Breaking Points. And when they were on Breaking Points independent, this was probably about 6 months into them going independent. They put out a YouTube video saying they were looking for a producer, and I just kind of shot my shot. And then, they hired me, and it's been a kind of a crazy whirlwind. I had to move to the East Coast, and go to DC, which I hated. So I really like it. It's nice to feel. It's a lot of work, but it's satisfying work. It feels like you're doing something good. And I get to meet like cool journalists and people, and I'm starting to do like more interviews. So I'm hoping to do that more. I don't know. This is a really boring answer, but that's how I got on the show. And now I'm on the Friday shows on camera, which has been new because now strangers approach me in public. So now I have to
ask, how is that? Because
first off, you really hold your own on camera. Like, you're doing a great job.
That's crazy. Well, because I'm at like 60% there because I'm on the West Coast. I'm in LA, so I wake up at 4:30 a.m. to do the show.
Shit.
And I have to like pretend to be smart. So it is rough. So I appreciate you saying that.
Well, I mean, when as far as strangers approaching you, you have whenever you're on a news program, regardless, especially if you're doing a good job, you're probably getting 50-50. People love you, people hate you.
Yeah.
So
I do not read the comments. Like that's
don't read the comments.
But I can tell the creators that read all the comments and like let it get to them. It's like they let the psychic attacks like feed how they talk about things or whatever. And that's like a recipe for disaster. So I occasionally peek at a comment section or two, but like I really, really just kind of focus on like just trying to be better based on self-evaluation rather than what some fucking guy writes.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, because one, they're mostly anonymous. They're not saying it to you, so they're gonna probably be a lot more brazen about it.
Lindsey Graham before he died, just typing like Griffin.
Well, trying to ruin. I think most people consider me like a lefty on the show now. But most people for the first couple of years think I'm a conservative because I kind of code conservative for some reason.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, different, I'm talking to people at a event or something like that, like, and they're like a rideoid. They think I'm like a rideoid too. So it's really fun. And I'm like, yeah. I look to yes and people. So I'm like, yeah, tell me whatever you think, man. Like, bring it on.
But that's the kind of way to draw people in too, though, because, I think you can sort of change minds and hearts by making them laugh more than you can yelling at them, for sure. And if 100%. You're sort of like, lulling them into your charm in the first place, then, you can say some outlandish shit later on. Then they were like, you know what? You made
100%.
That's never worked in American politics ever.
Yeah, I mean, well, I got to throw out a couple of questions you wanted to ask. You said,
please.
Do you have Crystal's phone number? No. You
No,
can't answer.
She's married.
No, she's married, but you wanted to ask, and then
I was going to ask about Emily.
Do you have Ryan's phone?
You never know.
How good does Ryan smell? He looks like he smells really
good. Ryan?
As creepy as that sounds.
This is not about his smell, but I know Ryan's a big Fish fan, right?
Yeah, and he smells pretty bad when he's at the shows, but yeah.
Right, because they don't let you in unless you smell bad at the Fish shows.
Yeah.
Have you? Are you a Fish fan? Or are you like a jam band fan?
Oh no, not at all. No. I respect that people find life within that, though.
Yeah, me too. And it probably would be a great time, and I probably would have a lot of fun. Yeah. But in principle, I'm like, I can't do this, man. I can't. I have plenty of friends that are like, Fish fans and into, they were into the Dead or whatever, Widespread Panic, whatever.
We're seeing the weird decline of Tool fans becoming jam band fans.
Yeah.
Strange ramp they're on, and I'm like,
no.
Oh, come on, guys.
The weirder thing is like the guys that were into metal punk or even hardcore hip hop are now like that weird Jelly Roll country type fan.
Oh, dude, country is like big again. Like,
yeah, it's huge. And
like, isn't that the top song right now? I think it's from that girl that's like, "You're from Texas, I can tell." Like, it's very poppy, but it's pretty good.
Was that the one that her dad's like a?
I bet.
Every one of them, I think.
Oh no, he's an AI. He owns an AI company.
Oh,
it'd be funny if he is AI.
Yeah. Well, I keep wondering, like, maybe this is just tinfoil hat shit, but like, I keep looking at these people popping up, and I'm like, are they actually real at this point? Like, people that, and I know that the industry plant thing's always been out, but like now I'm like, are they actually human beings?
I think so. There's that Tilly Norwood girl who's like they put out there as like an AI star or whatever. Yeah. But I don't think anything's really come from her. I think the bigger fear right now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say I read that they're actually going to go forward with a movie with her now.
I'm sure it's going to be great. I hope they should put her in the movie that Elon Musk is threatening to release this year, which is the 100% AI Odyssey, which is going to be great.
I like that. We need a more historically accurate Odyssey because, like, I haven't seen it, but I'm imagining that the Cyclops isn't historically accurate in that. You know what I mean? Like, or the witch, or whatever. Like, we need more. They're not Greek. Sorry.
It's funny. The conservatives. The conservatives went all in on being like, oh hell yeah, like this is gonna be woke, and we're going to like have like a 6-month run on attacking Hollywood with this or whatever. And then the movie turned out to be like small c conservative. Like the movie is Christian. Like they just took Christian values and laid them on top of Zeus's law. Have you guys seen the movie?
No, but I've heard this already.
Yeah. So it's basically like Christian value tradition, small c conservative humility. And then the third act is like a veteran chud who does a mass shooting so men can't fuck his wife. Like, I don't think there's anything more conservative than that.
It's ancient Greek Punisher from
100%. 100%.
That's the story, though. I mean, that's literally the last act of the Odyssey.
You may call him a veteran chud, but I call him American, even though he's fictional. But
my boy gonna take care of this here problem. Come on, Telemachus.
But with music, I think the fear is less that the people are. I think the people are real, but I think probably a lot more of the music is being generated by AI, like the actual songs themselves. And
that's without a doubt. Yeah,
I've been really against all that, but I think my one pro AI take is that I think that AI has one place where it belongs, and that's in political memes. Like the Charlie Kirk song is art. Like it's incredible. Like the Carry the Flame song is so good. And I think that like politics is such a trash heap that it's like the one place where I'm like, okay, with like AI memes or whatever about shit, and like, but keep it out of like real art and like real places. But there's like back when I was a kid, there was something called Jib Jab. I don't know if y'all
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Jib Jab,
The guys
but
with
Jib Jab,
the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I forgot. It was like Bush versus like Kerry or something like that. It was like, um, and like it was slop, but like it like fit for politics. So I'm 100% pro AI Charlie Kirk songs. I've listened to every genre. Like I've heard the Irish version, the Saudi version. Like they do them in different countries. The Indian version, really good. Go listen to that after this.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have to now. It may be
It's
on this
so
show.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think with politics, there's just a level of insincerity anyway. So it's not like, you know,
Well, it's like it'd be
you're
weird
like
if you made
Woody
real
Guthrie.
art. It'd be embarrassing if you made like real art based around politics. It'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, what's the point?
I think like it whether you're left or right, people that are sort of like devote their lives to a politician and are all in. It's weird to me because those people aren't all in on anybody, but usually themselves. I mean, so to me, it's always like you're in high school or something, and you just love the principal so much that you know what I mean, like that you're
Yeah.
devoting all of your drawings and art class and all your music to the principal.
Mr. Kepler.
Or like, remember in 2008, like Shepard Fairey, who does all the Obey
Yeah,
stuff, did those
yeah,
like Obama things. Like
yeah,
that's so embarrassing. Like that he spent that much time doing that. Like those like change
yeah.
Obama Shepard Fairey stuff.
Hope and all that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think like that's a good sense of like, oh yeah, like no, this should all be like AI slob.
I think we are failing to see that there has been some true political art made in the last several years.
Mhm.
You'll recall back to Dan, what's his name, the eye patch center,
Dan Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw
Crenshaw.
made that I'm gonna come and rescue you video where
Oh,
he jumps out of the plane.
Yeah, that was good.
yes. Well, but see, that was funny because that to me was like a conservative doing like soy Marvel stuff. He's like an Avenger or whatever, you know? So I thought that was kind of funny. It was very soy to me.
I think they should all be required to do one of those a year.
Damn, where'd that guy go? Did that guy just disappear? Like,
yeah, you're right.
Once the political contribution stuff came out, and the stock market stuff came out, and
who gives a fuck about that? Like the
Yeah.
president is like rug pulling every like 6 hours.
this was before that. He
Yeah. That's
The
true.
radio silent.
Well, I saw, I guess it's just accepted now, even outside of politics, because I saw a report, or I don't know if it's how fleshed out it is, but Pat McAfee on ESPN allegedly made a lot of money on the LeBron James decision
trade or whatever. Yeah,
because he had inside information of where he was going to go.
Soccer.
And but he was saying that no, somebody told him that it could be one of four places and to take that bet. But I'm like,
and that person was LeBron James.
Yeah.
We're driving straight off a cliff with the gambling shit, and no one realizes it.
It's awful.
Like people kind of know it's bad, but they don't understand that it's like actually like digital fentanyl. And I think it's gonna all be banned after 2028 because I think it's actually going to like steal the election. Like I think it's going to ruin and steal the election. Like because if you think about it, let's say you're a county clerk counting votes in a swing state. You make 40 grand a year on your salary. You've got a bet that could give you, let's even say conservatively, your bet could score you half $500,000. That's a life-changing amount of money. Yeah. Maybe you lose 30,000 votes. Like it's so evil and so destabilizing. And I think like we always talk about like election integrity and security. Like every election before this one coming up is going to be like the most trusted election of all time, like compared to 2028. I think it's going to be so fucked up.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly fucking.
Yeah.
They'll look back on that, I'm sure, 20 years from then, and be like, how did you miss everything that was happening right in front of your fucking face?
Have you guys ever done a bet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I used to I do parlays.
I don't anymore, but yeah, it doesn't work out.
If I was in Vegas, I would do like a parlay and a sports bet.
Oh,
a sports book or something like that. But online, it's far too easy, and then you start like you guys reported Breaking Points quite a bit on how how rigged it is. Like you can't really win.
Shout out Sagar on
Sagar's
all the work he did with that.
But Sagar just doesn't like fun, so that's I take that. He doesn't like marijuana, he doesn't like gambling. But
is he really Indian? I'm just curious. I'm just
he really is. Yes, he went to India for his wedding. He had a traditional Indian wedding there, so I can confirm.
but the thing about throwing the election though is it's okay. So maybe they throw the election, but like DraftKings is going to give you $500 to gamble with if you help throw the election.
Right.
So all those people are not just doing it for that payday. They could actually use money later on to make more money.
And the Trump juniors are on the board.
Really?
The Trump kids are on the boards of trASHE and Polymarket.
Yeah.
So I think that like the Democrats are like asleep at the wheel on this one. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I mean, it is nuts. It's fucking nuts. And I think also like I'm not a sports fan at all. But how can you not be upset as a sports fan that the basic integrity of the thing you love is completely in question?
It's obvious too, because I used to be a fan of the NBA, and I'm sure people are going to give me shit about this, but it really has, the quality of the game has changed. And I really don't care about any of the teams now, but like watching the Oklahoma, the Thunder, some of the calls there are just egregious, man. They're calling fouls on people that aren't on like anywhere near certain players, and people are getting, free throws that break the line and all this stuff. It's like, why am I watching this anymore when it's not even a game? It's not a competition.
There was that one really egregious player recently we reported on the show where the game was over, but he grabbed the ball and like rushed full court over to the other side to have the right math numbers or whatever. I don't fucking know.
It's
like people should be
over
pissed
under. He had to break the over under. So
yeah, exactly. Like real sports lovers, come on, stand up for your fucking selves. I also think that like the sports podcasting industry is a complete house of cards stacked up by gambling money because like. If you're like a podcast that gets is tiny, it gets only like 1,000 plays or something. Like normally you wouldn't get any sponsorships from that, but a gambling company will still give you money to try to get half that audience into gambling or whatever. So it completely inflates the sports podcasting industry and like makes it so there's like 1,000 fucking sports podcasts when there should really only be like 200.
Yeah, I think ultimately the trASHE's going to end up being the thing that takes it all down. Just because
you think so?
Yeah, because of how egregious they are.
Yeah,
literally anything.
It's disgusting.
Speculative futures. It's like, come on, man. There's no farmer careers at stake here. Like,
yeah, I met with them recently because we were trying to get an interview with the CEO of trASHE, and then they fucking bailed the second they realized that it was not going to be a fucking softball interview. But their big thing was like, they're like, oh, it's democratizing the news because in 2024, everyone thought Kamala was going to win. But if there had been a betting app that showed real people and their feelings, it would not have been a surprise that Trump won or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, good for you guys. And they also were like, I think on Polymarket, you can use a credit card and bet and be like international. But I think on trASHE, they're like, oh, well, you actually have to have a checking account or something. It's like, oh, okay, good for you.
Yeah. We'll take your real money, none of your speculative money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like you even see people that are already extremely wealthy that are betting on things, and you're like, why would you need to bet on these large amounts of money if there wasn't something rigged about it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or like,
what's the advantage of that
guy? Trump's teleprompter guy, but the
crazy.
the funny thing about that is like he only made 100 grand, and it's like that seems really like a small amount of money. Like to like to like if you know the words coming up, like let's go bigger than that, man. Get a few million at least.
I
Yeah.
also tell you how much Trump goes off script. That's all he can make was
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. He wanted to go bigger, but it's just like fuck, man.
I'm not reading that.
Hold on, Ryan. Never knows what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, man. This I know you've got to go, but
No, no, I got
we really.
another like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's up to you guys.
Well, no, I was just gonna. Since we're talking about this, we should just go ahead and. I have an idea for a show if you'd like.
Oh, God, no.
It's
End
breaking.
the show now.
It's breaking points, but we take Facebook aunts and dads who are going to family court for Percocet addiction.
Okay,
so they are now the contributors, and we get all our information from Reddit.
It's Breaking Bad points.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds very Facebook coded. I feel like they would like communicate with like minion memes.
Yeah.
For some reason, like boomers love the minions.
They
For whatever
do.
reason, like grandmas are just posting like a crying minion all the time. Yeah.
They hate Kamala.
They probably do.
They do.
Yeah, Facebook is a very interesting place. I'm always curious where people are like getting their news from now. It seems like young people are really just getting it from like Instagram and TikTok, and that YouTube is like very millennial. And then like anything 55 and older is like very like Facebook AI slop shit.
It is, and I don't think again, you get people that don't follow up on that either. So you get some 30-second video about whatever that could just be a complete lie, and they're like, oh, that must be real, and then it spreads. And
I say this to meaning to the detriment of the news, but the news crossover with entertainment has really changed the game. At the last meeting at the docks I went to, we were talking about that. That's where I get a lot of my news. Ducks.
Yeah,
we meet, and it's pretty rough, man. I mean, I know you deal with that constantly.
You get news, and then you get scurvy also.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know if scurvy's around anymore.
We got the barrels of limes now.
So. Yeah.
I think it's interesting because everyone, there was this like idea for the last 8 years that's like no more mainstream news, only independent media to get the truth or whatever, because the mainstream media is corrupted. But like in my opinion, independent media is even more easily corruptible than mainstream media, because like if I'm a pharmaceutical company, like I got to give millions to CNN to like get their people to say the right things. But if I'm trying to get a content creator to say something, I got to give them like $5,000. Like it's like to pay them off is like way smaller amounts. And people just aren't disclosing at all anymore. Like, and there's no one like following up on it. So for instance, there's these like people on TikTok and Instagram that are all in Michigan right now for Haley Stevens running against Abdullah El Sayed. And they just make these accounts, and all of a sudden they're huge Haley Stevens fans, and then they delete them afterwards. And it's like totally fake and totally against the law, but no one's coming after them. So I do think like it is a big problem. And in some ways, you might like I say this and people like disagree with me, but sometimes you might get more hard-hitting interviews on like mainstream media than on independent media a lot of times. Because if you think about it, it's like when Trump went on all the podcasts, they just fucking gave him a massage. They sucked his dick the whole time.
Well, they knew they were getting millions of views off of that interview, so they're obviously gonna.
Rogan, the Nelk Boys, like all these places. It's not that there's not that many hard questions, and it's like you might even get a harder question from Sean Hannity than the fucking Nelk Boys. So I do think Breaking Points is like one of those rare places where we do really, really hard interviews, and that's why we don't get a lot of interviews. We like there's a lot of. It's funny because all of the politicians, their young staffers all watch the show and they think the show's cool. So they come out and they email me trying to get their guy on. And I say, absolutely, come on in. And then it goes up the chain to the senior staff and they go, oh, no, we're not doing that. No. So it's tough.
Well, you guys have had as far as integrity goes, there've been some I wouldn't say drag out fights, but like you don't take it easy. If there's a hard question, it's not avoided. And I think that's a rarity, especially for internet, media online. Like you said, like the Nelk boys, obviously, even though they did win the Pulitzer Prize.
Right.
But I think they may even be more reluctant, like you said, to deal with that. But it's interesting now with like CBS, where you have Barry Weiss who's taken over and sort of
nice.
Yeah. I love her. She's a great friend, but talented, very talented. And you sort of have a sort of a schism going on inside of CBS where you're seeing some of these reporters are taking it. I guess they're still doing their job. I guess a good way.
A lot of them quit.
Yeah, and a lot of them have quit, but the one you're seeing a fight inside of there, which I don't think I've ever seen in that sort of one of the big networks before. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like, and I think it's even specifically like even less about her politics, because I'm sure a lot of people at CBS are Zionists like Barry, but Barry's just so incompetent that like when she tries to do conservative propaganda on CBS, she does it so poorly and so blatantly that people are just like, man, like I just can't even feel good about this. Yeah, and it's also funny because it's like people are really worried about Barry taking over CBS, but it's like she's taking over a dying dinosaur. She's not going to be able to evolve it. It's just like, okay, whatever. I'm much more worried about the Ellisons trying to buy YouTube or something like that, because then we're fucked. We're absolutely deprioritized from the algorithm or whatever. So those are my big fears.
Well, I mean, YouTube's it's already difficult anyway to navigate, so I can't imagine adding more to that would be.
And also, you guys have such not necessarily just a large fan base, because you certainly do, but you have a true fanatical, and I say that in a complimentary fan base. You've got a lot of weird diehard fans.
Oh,
we watch every week. We watch multiple
Thank
times
you.
a day. You do a great job, and
I take notes so I can write comments.
So you can argue with your uncles.
Yeah.
A lot of those comments you aren't reading, John's very hurtful, but he knows you're not.
Fuck you. That's why you can't see your kids anymore.
Scratch things on bathroom doors anymore. So you go for that.
Yeah.
You do promote several healthy ideals as a network, one of which I greatly appreciate is that we don't have to agree about everything to be Americans and live together.
Yeah, 100%.
It's something we've lost as a society, and it's something that you guys are reintegrating back into the conversation, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Oh yeah, and people agree on like 8 out of 10 things, and then like everyone tries to toss like Dylan Mulvaney in the mix to get everyone confused. Like I think like outside of like fucking these, honestly, in my opinion, micro issues like trans people in sports, and then like whatever your feelings are on the border, like it's like no matter what the immigration levels are, like that's not the reason why you can't buy a house right now, But so there's like these distractions, but yeah, when you like talk to most people, they just like want the ability to like live a good life, be able to have a family, start a family, have a house, and have a community. And so, it's very easy to connect with people of all sorts of different beliefs if you lead with that kind of stuff. So,
well, I truly believe that you're going to get people running for office who believe that, because you've said that. You've supported it. You're going to get more white people back in. Nobody's perfect. There's going to be no perfect politician. There's going to be no perfect anything. But it will get better. And thank you for contributing to that.
I would like to think if we could just bring... Look, I've been talking to Brian Johnson. Have you he cloned himself. Not that one, the other, the cool one that cloned himself, and he's got Blood Boys. Do you guys know him?
Oh, yes, he recently cloned himself so he could Blood Boy himself.
Right. We're going to Manchurian candidate this shit, and we're going to build the perfect candidate.
Dude, if we could do a
We're all gonna. Huh?
where he ends up pulling a multiplicity on himself and has a number 4. Did you ever see that movie? It's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Michael Keaton. What if it's just Michael Keaton though? That's even better.
He's like one of my favorite people right now because he's like just so crazy and passionate about something, but it does seem like relatively harmless. Like he's like no one is copying him. People are copying like Clavicular and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like you can't really copy Brian because then you'd have to like be like an autistic scientist blood magic guy, and that's like really hard to do.
Autistic billionaire.
That's gonna be the name of my sketch.
I also like that he's found. I like that he's found love too.
Yeah.
Like, because he has that girlfriend now and he talks about like the pH levels of her vagina and stuff like that. Like, I think that's incredible. It's great.
He just bought Dan and yogurt, so that's what they're making it out.
Put him away from Gwyneth Paltrow.
You're right, but there are two things that are especially creepy about that guy. Is one that he said that his son was the original blood boy. Mm-hmm. So he would, when he was asleep, he would just draw blood from his son. Okay, weird
and illegal.
But then he was like, "We monitor the levels
each other's of boners."
Yeah, yeah. I'll make that thing go down if I gotta take every last ounce.
Yeah. It's like going to 8th grade again and having to do a math problem. You have to hold the books over.
I guess there's some child abuse mixed in there. No one's perfect.
Well, and then he said he was monitoring the sperm count levels of him and his son as well. I was like, yeah, it might.
He puts them on a slide and makes them race.
Listen, a lot of people don't ever talk to their sons about sex. You can't accuse Brian of that.
That's true. He had not just the talk. He had a seminar about it. Or a seminar. I'm sorry. That's
nice.
He might be the first
got him
sentenced to prison in the Phantom Zone. Too weird.
I mean, Blood Boys. I've been trying to get this off the ground, and
it's a good rap group.
Yeah, Blood Boys, but it just doesn't seem to be taking off. On that, we were talking about Crenshaw and then Brian Johnson, but has there been a story like recently that you thought, man, this story is going to take off, and it sort of just has fizzled? So I was trying to think of that myself.
So let's think. I mean, just in general, there's like a few things that like very mysteriously get like way less views than other stuff. The two topics are when someone comes back from Gaza and we interview like a doctor, like an American doctor that was like in Gaza. Now you could say, oh, people aren't interested in that or whatever. But like when our average clip gets 150K views and then we put out a Gaza doctor clip and it gets like 25K views, you got to think it's getting throttled like a little bit. So there's that kind of spooky stuff. And then there are waves where our AI coverage gets deprioritized. And I think that's because all these companies are investing in AI and they don't want, they don't want a bunch of negative news stories about AI or whatever. So I think those are two areas where I feel like the algorithm sometimes like deprioritizes us. That's what I would say off the top of my head.
I was talking to my friend Mitch McConnell yesterday, and he
was nice.
He's doing great, by the way. And
Hulk Hogan just came to visit him.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was.
Oh, that's him.
But I mean, I'm actually like any other timeline. That story would be the biggest story out there, but it's
crazy that not even like the more lefty mainstream media is like hitting it every single day. Like if this was Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries, it would be every single minute of Fox News. There'd be like a timer of how long since we've last heard from him. There'd be a Schumer watch, and so people are dropping the ball on that one like a ton. I think it's pathetic. The mainstream Democratic media is just fully not able to meet any kind of moment.
I think especially when the governor, Andy Beshear, is talking about,
how he just got told. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we need you to come forward. And then it's just.
He said that he heard he died. Like someone told him he died.
Well, I mean, I think, was it Ryan? It may have been Ryan talking about how he'd heard the initial reports, but, when he suffered cardiac arrest and they there's something like an 8% chance that people survive that at that age
Well, I mean,
when they have that call.
You do the math; he's going to be clinically brain dead more over 95% chance.
Yeah, he's definitely, his body's still like alive, but I do think he's brain dead because if it was like a cadaver, like they couldn't keep that in the hospital this long. So I do think
they said unconfirmed, but there was a black orderly that came into the room. He didn't shout the N-word.
But we didn't count on. He may have some pretty good blood boys too.
Well, still.
That's true. That's true. I love that his wife just didn't come back from China for like a week or something. Like that was awesome.
They sent back a different Chinese lady, so
incredibly racist.
No one noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're just trying to run out this deadline, so that there can't be a vote to like replace him or whatever. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Well, I mean, I guess keep Massey out of there is the objective.
That's a big objective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Massey got fucked. It's too bad.
I think he's probably got a little bit more political life left in him.
I think so too, but I just don't like. There's like a new like conservative, like younger generation that cares more about the things that Massey's talking about, but like MAGA, they're hogs. They'll follow Trump into everything. Like they're starting to get a little upset about the gas prices, but they like still largely support the Iran war. And listen to Trump. So I'm not sure. And I think that Trump is going to be alive to like 108 or something, So he's going to be a kingmaker. He's going to be a kingmaker for a long time after he leaves the White House,
I think he'll hit 101 just to get Jimmy Carter's record.
Yeah.
That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Nobody lived longer than me.
Unhealthy. Yeah. I mean, I really think. And then there'll be an AI version of him or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we'll be rid of him for a while.
Yeah. Max Headroom Trump is going to be great.
He's going to be starring in that movie with the AI movie star, whatever her name is.
Tilly.
Norwood.
Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't need to get it right.
No.
It'll be told to us when we're implanted into the machine.
This ain't breaking facts. Thank you so much for coming on. This is honestly a huge treat.
Everybody check out Choom Room. Breaking Points, obviously, and they can find you at is it Griffin P. Davis?
Yeah. Griffin P. Davis and Instagram. You can watch the sketches there or on YouTube, Choom Room YT. This was fantastic. And it's nice to talk to people that are in the same room. Y'all are in the same room, right?
We're in the same room.
I'm not even on the same post.
It's a giant room, though.
That's nice, with all these Zoom podcasts. It's nice to have people in the same room.
Well, we'd love to have you back sometime, man. You're great, man. And obviously, big fans. We'll keep watching for sure. So. And
this is where we do our call sheet ad reads.
Yeah, call sheet. So this is
you right after this. They don't even have to stick around.
Yeah, this is brought to you by FanDuel. Use the code BloodBoy. DraftKings, Ladybugs.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye guys. Nice to meet you.